Enzo Ferrari, Ferruccio Lamborghini, Ferdinand Porsche and Ettore Bugatti. They are the creators of the most amazing supercars. These people left great legacy. They were ambitious and passionate, as this is the only way to create exceptional machines. And there are still many contemporary engineers who will be remembered forever. And one of them is Horacio Pagani and his supercars. He was born in 1955 in Argentina in a baker's family of Italian descent. Horacio liked toy cars and even made some on his own. And then at the age 15 he built a motorcycle. Then he built a little buggy from a pile of scrap metal. And then at the age 20 Pagani designed and built his first Formula 3 racing car. And the turning point in Pagani's life came when he was hired by Renault to improve the body of a racing car. His efforts were noticed by Juan Manuel Fangio, who was the Formula 1 five-time world champion. Fangio recommended Pagani moving to Europe since it was the center of the world motorsport and largest automakers. Young Pagani listened to the champion and he moved to his father's homeland, to Italy, and with some effort he managed to get a job at Lamborghini, where he quickly proved himself and became a manager of Lamborghini Composites department. And at this time a new material was introduced with lots of potential in the automotive industry. It was called carbon fiber. It was strong and incredibly light and used originally in space industry for manufacturing rocket parts and later in Formula 1 cars. It just started conquering world industries, and Pagani saw how much in demand this material will be in the future. In 1987, when he was already the chief engineer at Lamborghini, he built Countach Evoluzione concept car using this new material. Although there was no production version of the Evoluzione, as it was a test car, but later Countach Anniversary Edition and Lamborghini Diablo borrowed some of its engineering ideas, including carbon fiber Kevlar composite body panels. And seeing future success, Pagani tried to offer Lamborghini to buy an afterclav so they could extend the production of the carbon fiber parts for the Evoluzione. But they refused, saying that if Ferrari didn't have an afterclav, so Lamborghini did not need one. So Pagani borrowed money and bought it himself. And buying this carbon baking oven was the best decision. His company, Modena Design, started getting customers from all over Europe, making parts for Formula 1 cars, Ferrari, motorcycles, and for Lamborghini on numerous projects, including experimental Countach. Now Pagani made most of its body parts from carbon fiber composites, and this helped to make the car almost 400 kilograms lighter than a regular one. But while working at Lamborghini, Pagani couldn't fully realize all of his dreams, and in 1991 he breaks away from Lamborghini, especially when his carbon parts production business was so successful that in just a few years it brought him enough money to follow his dream and create his own supercar. In 1992, Pagani Automobili company was found, and at that time many supercars were built according to well-established similarities with space frame and fiberglass or plastic panels. But Pagani decided to go his own way. His future car will be based on carbon fiber monocoque made by the best European carbon composite manufacturing company, and this was his company. But what exactly is this fantastic material, carbon fiber? Carbon fiber is a material which is made from threads of yarn, and these threads consist mostly of graphite carbon atoms. And breaking these threads is very difficult, and it looks like fabric. And in order to make a car part out of this fabric, it is stacked inside of a molding form in several layers, and then it is filled with epoxy resin and placed inside of a sealed bag. Then vacuum created to remove air bubbles and the excess of resin. And then the part is placed in an autoclave, and this is kind of an oven where it's baked for several hours. And the final part appears in its performance to surpass even some alloys. Now imagine if the entire car body was made out of carbon fiber. And this new car's monocoque, which is the central part of the car, was connected to subframes with the engine and suspension. But where to get an engine for this car? On these early stages, Pagani company still wasn't very well known. It was just another company that tried to build a supercar and compete with Ferrari and Lamborghini. and reputable automakers did not want to get into contract to supply engines with just anyone. And here again, Juan Manuel Fangio helped to get Mercedes engine supply to this new startup. And not just any engine, it was V12, the engine that was used in Mercedes W140 S-Class, also SL Roadster and even CLK racing car. It was Mercedes' best engine at that time. The design and testing of this new car took Pagani almost 7 years. Pagani originally wanted to name it Fangio F1, but when Fangio died in 1995, it was renamed to avoid speculation on the name of the world's famous racer. Finally, in 1999, at Geneva Auto Show, Pagani revealed his supercar. It had a 6-liter V12 engine with 480 horsepower and 1,250 kilograms of weight. It was stunningly beautiful. Its design was inspired by jet fighters and sober Mercedes racing car. It looked modern and incredibly impressive. The name of the car was Zonda. It's the wind blowing from eastern slopes of the southern Andes in South America. Pagani Zonda attracted a lot of attention and shadowed everything that was displayed at the auto show that day. Its success was so great that even in its first revealing day, it got a large number of customers despite the price of $320,000. Each new version of Zonda was faster and more powerful. Its V12 engine was modified by AMG and its logo could be seen on each engine installed. And if the first version of Zonda engine had 480 horsepower with acceleration from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles an hour in just 4.2 seconds, then later its power only went up. And the recently made Zondas, they're still being made on special order, have up to 800 horsepower with 0 to 100 time in just 2.6 seconds. Almost all of the car magazines and TV shows admired Zonda. In British Top Gear, the supercar was especially favored by Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond. It easily became the #1 of the Top Gear slap chart, and in 2010, special track version of Zonda R passed Nürburgring in 6 minutes and 47 seconds, which was the record time for a car not intended for public roads. The Zonda version tested a new technology. Its carbon fiber parts were made with titanium alloy fiber composites. It's a new and more durable material, carbon-tanium, and even 5-time Formula 1 champion Lewis Hamilton could not resist and bought Zonda's special version. Instead of robotic gearbox, on his request, a conventional manual gearbox was installed. And another famous Zonda owner is Japanese billionaire Yusaku Miyazawa, the founder of the online store ZozoTown. And in 2016, his Zonda collided with Maybach. Cars were seriously damaged, but people saved. And the most expensive Pagani right now is a unique version, Zonda HP Barchetta. If a so-called regular Pagani price starts at around $1 million, then this one is estimated somewhere from $17 to $23 million. There is no exact price, as there is only 3 of those cars exist. But Zonda is not the only supercar made by Pagani. In 2012, Horacio Pagani showed to the world his new creation, even more technological, even more luxurious and faster supercar, Pagani Huayra. It's monocoque made from heavy-duty carbon titanium. Subframe and suspension itself made from ultralight alloy. Its 7-speed robotic sequential transmission is switching gears at 17 milliseconds rate. It's a specially designed AMG 12-cylinder 6-liter twin-turbo engine makes 730 horsepower, and it's capable of accelerating this car from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles an hour in just 3.2 seconds, and with a maximum speed of 370 kilometers an hour. And the special pride of the company is its active aerodynamics, its active wings, ailerons located in front and rear, and depending on the speed, these wings can change the angle, increasing downforce on whichever side the downforce is needed the most. Its frontal ailerons work as aerodynamic brake at high speeds when stopping power is needed the most, significantly reducing the braking distance. This car is definitely out of this world, that's why it took part in one of the Transformers as Decepticon Stinger. Huayra has many versions with different power and purpose. The most powerful version is the only one existed, Huayra Pearl. And this is what happened. It was a 750 horsepower car, but after a serious accident in Paris, when this car was hit by another car, its owner not only repaired it, but also added more power, and now it has 1350 horsepower, and it allows it to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles an hour in just 2.5 seconds. And now company's latest creation, it's Pagani Utopia. It was just recently revealed in September of 2022. It's a third car model with more power and a manual gearbox option. A total of 99 closed coupe models are planned to build, and as always, all 99 cars are already assigned to the customers. It's all new 6-liter twin turbocharged V12 engine designed and built by Mercedes-AMG. So finally, Horacio Pagani is an Italian engineer and designer who makes great supercars. They are technological, fast, and incredibly beautiful. Pagani is an example of how never give up and follow a dream to make it last a lifetime, leaving great automotive legacy. That's all I have for you today, guys. Check out my channel for my other videos, but for now, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.